Hey everyone, how you doing? Just wanted to hop on here, give you an update. My name is Carrie Irizarry with Armored in Truth. If you have seen my past videos, I've been talking a lot about discipline. And right now, discipline to me has been more of a diet change, even though there's many areas in your life that you can implement discipline. I haven't been on here in a couple weeks, not because I quit implementing my diet, but it's more or less due to consistency. And when you think about it, consistency is key to a lot of things. So when you're trying to make a change, the only way to do that is to be consistent. It doesn't mean you're not going to have bad days. It doesn't mean that you're going to get off track, but you realize, you kind of become more aware of where you are and what you're doing, and you want to get back on track. And I often say that the one thing that I'm consistent in is being inconsistent. And I'm trying to be more consistent. My diet's been going about the same. I eat 2 meals a day. I do have some bad days in there, but overall, it's going pretty good. I hear people say that when they have a bad day, it kind of gives them a bad week, going into a bad month, whatever. And I used to be like that a lot. Like, I would try to be more disciplined in my eating, and when I fell off, I just keep going. But since I'm implementing the carnivore diet, that seems to help me get back on track faster, because I do feel a lot better when I eat mostly meat. I do feel a lot better when I eat 2 meals a day instead of 3 or even 1. I tried 1, but not right now. I get too hungry. And so right now it's 2 meals a day, and it's going pretty good. But I haven't been posting. I haven't been doing other things. And I just, I started thinking, if you want to be more disciplined, well, with that comes being consistent. And so I'm not a person who has ever delved into a daily routine, so to speak. And so to have one has been hard for me to implement. It's getting better, and I see the effects of it. It's much better to have a daily routine than to just be like, oh, I'm just going to do whatever today, and I got this going or that going, whatever. I don't really like that attitude anymore. And so just implementing little changes here and there is really helping. Praying to the Lord to help me change. Of course, that's a huge one, because I know that as a child of God, to be directed by the Holy Spirit is, the only way to go, really. And so, but you have to pray about these things. If we just say, well, I'm a child of God, and I read my Bible and I pray, but when it comes to diet, exercise, sleep, whatever it might be, we put God on the back burner. But in reality, we need to ask Him for help. We need to ask Him and pray to Him, Lord, help me to implement these things. Give me a heart change. Give me a mind change. And He starts working in you that those things will happen. And it's been pretty awesome. And so I just want to encourage you that if you're struggling, whatever area of discipline it might be right now, be consistent, because consistency is what breeds results. And so, I do talk a lot about my diet, because that's one of the major things that I'm focused on right now. But discipline falls into a lot of other areas. If you're disciplined in one area, it filters into other areas, just like if you're undisciplined in some areas, it filters into other areas. So I'm finding that even though it hasn't been perfect, being more focused on changing my diet and how I feel, it is starting to filter into other things. I'm able to get up earlier, which, implements a morning routine, which is good. I've never been one to have a good routine, a good schedule, but I'm finding that it's very helpful. It's very biblical. And so, since I don't have I don't have to jump out of bed and go to a job outside my home, so my morning times have, they fluctuate a lot, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, whenever I feel like it. But I'm finding that if I get up earlier and just have some time with the Lord and in His Word and prayer, it just sets the tone for the day. And so through just changing these little things in my life, becoming more disciplined, becoming more consistent. Consistency is not in the Bible, but being diligent is. And the definition of being diligent is to put forth an earnest effort. Sometimes a painstaking effort, something that's hard. And that all has to do with discipline and consistency. So I'm finding that, if you have a morning routine, if you're a child of God, of course your morning routine should be with the Lord. But even those that, are not a child of God, if they have a morning routine, research shows that your day goes better. You get more done. You're more productive. And so definitely as a child of God, we want to be more productive. We want to be able to be in His Word where He will guide us and lead us throughout the day. It kind of sets the tone to where you're thinking about Him and asking Him and leaning on Him. And so I just want to be more consistent in the things that I do. I want to be more consistent in posting. And I hope this has been an encouragement to you, something to think about. Please like and subscribe so these videos can go out. But I hope to see you next week with more encouragement. So y'all have a good day.